Hi, Women of Welcome. I'm Sarah Casada, and today we're going to talk about asylum. You may have heard this word come up especially in recent years in immigration conversations. And if you're not sure what it means or why we have these laws or who qualifies, that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So, to give a little history of how our asylum laws came to be, we have to look back to the time of the World Wars. And so during the Roosevelt administration, there was a ship that approached US shores, and the passengers were Jewish, and they were afraid for their life due to the Nazi regime. And when they approached the US made a decision to not allow them to dock and to turn them back. And it became a national experience or story that really had an impact on people. Hundreds of people from that ship ended up dying in concentration camps. And there was a desire in the US to say, never again will we turn away people back to harm and danger and threat of death. We will be a place that is a safe harbor for people. And so our asylum laws are very specific in who qualifies. And so if someone is going to apply for asylum, they must prove that they are under threat of persecution due to 5 qualifiers. And I want to read it to make sure I get them all right. Race, religion, political opinion or affiliation, national origin, or social group. So they have to prove that they have a credible fear of persecution due to their affiliation with one of these 5 indicators: race, religion, political affiliation, national origin, or social group. And it's very, very similar. If you're familiar with our approach to refugees, there's a lot of overlap between asylum seekers and refugees, and these qualifiers are one of them. Both refugees and asylum seekers have credible fear due to these 5 reasons. The difference is that asylum seekers must be on US soil to claim asylum, to ask for asylum. You cannot apply. Refugees, on the other hand, apply in a third country for refuge and then are assigned to a refugee receiving country to resettle. But asylum seekers apply once they're on US soil. They're also processed by 2 different parts of the US government. Refugees are processed through the Office of Refugee Resettlement, and asylum seekers are processed through the Department of Justice. And one other that is not coming to me right now. Let me see if I have that written here. I'll put it in the comments. But it's processed through a different office. And so, but both of these, refugees and asylum seekers, are also both legal pathways. And so I hope this helps you as you read news and you hear about asylum seekers, migrants, immigrants. What does asylum seeker mean? It means someone who has arrived on US soil or at a port of entry, who is legally requesting asylum because they have a credible fear of persecution due to one of the 5 factors we talked about. And this is something that the US has prided themselves in being a place of welcome and refuge to those who are in danger. So that's a little bit about our asylum process.